Morning, everyone, and good to see everybody. So without reviewing the whole Maimon till now, because that'll take us a few days itself, just a general direction. Basically, it's to understand the Maimon is explaining Malchus, Esther and Hadasah. Hadasah is Pnimius, Esther Chitzonius. Meaning Hadasah is Malchus as it's still one with Zoin Atzilus, and Esther is Malchus / Neshamas Yisrael, Shechina as it descends into creation, Chitzonius. So this is really the whole quest to understand these two names, the Madreges and then the Avodas Hashem. Now, a big part of the Maimer, and arguably, I don't know if it's the heart of the Maimer, but certainly an important part of the Maimer was establishing what is the pnimistic level of the neshama. This is all based on the statement written where? In h'tשכ, the famous quote, where he defines the neshama, and he mentions the essence of the neshama, and then the names of the neshama, which the highest one being Yechida, and that's already names begin the world of Ocher, of Chitzonius. So in explaining the h'tשכ, he took us through three levels. The Cha'ira, it would appear, the level, the etzem of the neshama, described in the h'tשכ as the nitzutz cotton beire, in more detail, the madrege tachtonische beire, that's the essence of the neshama that's invested in the nitzutz cotton nivre, which is called Yechida. So the Cha'ira, that's one level. Omnam, however, it's another level. And the Ba'imik Yosei, it's yet another level, deeper and deeper, and that's the conclusion that we're left with. The Ba'imik Yosei, what was the final address, as it were, of the essence of the neshama, the nitzutz cotton beire, it is Atik of Ak. And then there was more elaboration, but in essence, that's the level. Meaning, what we need just to understand is, in drawing the distinctions and probing ever deeper, the Rebbe took us to Atik. Now, Atik, as we've explained in the course of the Maimon, is always the essential level. The I am. Even though Atik is associated with delight, but that's what delight means. Delight means being expressed in something because that's me, not that it contributes something to me. Rotzen is always, I want this because it will enhance me, or will serve my purpose in this Rotzen Pnimi, in this Rotzen Chitzoni. Rotzen Pnimi is it will enhance me. Rotzen Chitzoni is it will lead to, in the end, an enhancement of me. But it's still some kind of, in the words of Chassidus, Rotzen is an atiyah, the soul is after something else, very close, very deep, very important. But tainug means a moment of pleasure, not through the acquisition of something, but rather that moment expresses me. It's radically different. It could be an experience. It is an experience, but it's not something other. It's the kind of experience that gives expression to the essential me. Everything is relative, but that's the general outline. And obviously, it exists in Kedusha, it exists in Klippa. So the Rebbe takes us, insisting and revealing, therefore, in the Maimer, from then and forever, that the etzem and the neshama is a inyan atzmi, atik of Arich. In Avodah, he began to explain this in Avodah. What did he say? Anybody would contribute a little bit? How did he start? We're actually in the middle of this. So how is this in Avodah? What in avodah? The expressions of the two levels of the neshama, acher and panim, or ispashtus and etzem, or pnimius and chitzonius. For our purposes now, they're all interchangeable terms. So how is this an avodah? Anyone? Can glance at it. I'll show you where to look. The second paragraph of Vayehi. The avodah from these two levels of the neshama. Right? That's the pasuk in Tehillim that alludes to the two levels of the neshama as we explained. No? He's just glancing at it, you can see it right away. Bidin Yonim. Namely, there's two levels, even though the pasuk in the first parsha of the Shema mentions three levels of Ava, which is Avodah, less pulchim like a pulchim ledrech musa. There's no service like the service of love, which is why it's so central. We have to Hashem Alekecha. Say it every day, twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. So even though the pasuk it mentions 3 levels, he divides them into 2. Why? As we can see that the 3rd level does not appear in the 2nd parsha. So that's one category. Is a 2nd category. And how did he explain basically, he didn't say these words, but it's these bonanis and memala kalalmin and sevav kalalmin. Memala kalalmin fills the person because he's being misbainen in the chayis aliki that animates the world. He's rejecting the death of the world, which is the gashmius per se, and he is understanding through his deepest boniness that the emes is the chayis aliki. This is love the Eibishter because, can you finish the pasuk here? You should love ki he's your life. You love life. So what's life? Life is elikus. This is memala. This is a love that's b'chol levavcha. It fills your heart. Yiddishkeit is a beautiful life, the most fulfilling and meaningful life. Begashmius baruchnis. Tried and tested. We tried everything else. What's b'chol nafshecha, however? Nafshecha is what's the isboninus? Give me in one word. Just glance at it. What is the isboninus of b'chol nafshecha? The holy spilos of the beauty of the world, of the beauty of Yiddishkeit for that matter, which means to say the seichel of it, the emotional fulfillment of it all. It's all merely what? A ha'ora of the Eibishter. And that leads him therefore to these bonanis and the transcendent, infinite revelation of Hashem. And what does that engender? A much greater bittul and avodah, an avav b'chol ma'itcha. I'm sorry, but this is b'chol. I'm sorry, this is b'chol nafshecha. That is b'chol nafshecha, and that's mesiras nefesh. Doesn't bring it here, but if Rashi brings b'chol nafshecha means even if they take your soul, feeling loyal as nafshecha. So this is it doesn't say again, but this is basically mamal and sevu kalalmin. But this is all, relatively speaking, the ocher, the hinder part of a likus. Then comes the union of the penimius, which we started and we'll continue now. That's the last paragraph before Zion. So again, b'chol levavcha, b'chol nafshecha. So this is all chayecha, or a higher avodah, even that is only a ha'ara. But then there's even avodah nali yosef, who kashem is burning, but himself shalom ma'ila mislab rabbi yitaket. Beseder ishtalshalos. Here, he's being misburning in the himself higher than his lapsus. The second level is also higher than his lapsus. He's being misburning in the market. That chayacha is only a ha'ara. Then there's that which is beyond, but bemis it's not. It's related very much to his talshalos. He's going to explain. Now he's being misburning in b'chinas panim. Shehu ha'inyan shezeh ha'inyan ha'ida shelamayla mislapshus b'kelim. Here we're talking about a divine revelation that's beyond investment in kelim. What does kelim mean? A McGill student is that sitting? What does this means? In a word, pure English, a sentence.
Where Hashem manifests himself in a limited way, a way of growth, that's right, sorry, limited.
Descriptive, limited, yeah. God's revel beyond a descriptive and therefore limited limitation. So not only is he being misburning in the revelation, it's higher than description and rule, and higher still, because that l'chayra, if that's these bonus, is that not? That's very similar, very akin to b'chol nafshecha, where he's being misburning that chayacha is only ha'ora. So what's beyond the ha'ora? Higher than this lapshus and kelim in general. That's why he hastens to add, what's he being misburning here in Chines Oirin Sof Shalei Shayach Afilu Lishlel By Inyan Shalei Sapshus Bekelim. The infinite revel of Hashem, that's not even appropriate to say. You know why this is infinite, or how is its infinitude expressed? Because it's higher than being invested in kelim. That's still a description. That's an indirect description, and that's Taka Soivev Kalam. Soivev Kalam, it transcends all the worlds, or surrounds them literally. That implies a connection, but beyond. If something is described as being beyond something else, then there is a relationship indirectly. It's being defined by what? It's not this. That gives us appreciation of what it is. But Atzmos, really, essence, is beyond. And that's the best we can say. This language fails us beyond this.
But even that would be saying it's beyond being beyond.
Yeah, it's again. So that's why we stop here, because there's no point in going further. The Maimon will address this actually. Very, very, we'll see, very beautiful Maimon here. But let's see these words again. So he's being misboinen now. Key word is he's being misboinen. He is using his seichel. What's he using his seichel for? Not just stam to entertain, bligvul. No. Bligvul is a connection to gvul. In fact, you call it bligvul without limit means that there's a connection to limit. Bligvul is the same as saying the ma'anim is lapshus bekelim. But no, he's being misboinen in that which is beyond even bligvul. And the key word is being misboinen. What does that mean? The Maimon will address that. How can you be misboinen? Think about and misboinen maloshan bina, understand beyond infinite. Okay, the Maimon will address that. So this is the Isban and Isili Yoshila Mailim Geder his lapshus bekelim. He is being misboinen in a likus that's beyond the whole geder. Geder, anybody? Word thrown around a lot. What would you say to a McGill student? Now, literature Talmud kind of has an idea kind of what a geder means. Because we have both of them at the table.
Limitations.
I'm not going to say no, but it doesn't really do justice to Geder. Although it's true, Geder means offense. Geder Gashmis means offense.
But we're saying it's like the level, no? This is the level of.
A Geder, in Nikla you have Gdorim. It's not so much a level.
I'm saying here, instead of saying it's a level of, let's say in the context of Islamists and Caleb. It's like
So
a
what does it
level of one that it.
Translate in pure English. L'maylim Geder is lapshus bekelim for a McGill student. Higher than. Just say, why not just say? I mean, I give you the key. Why not just say l'maylim is lapshus bekelim? That he said no. He's saying it's beyond. It's hard. We're talking now is that which is higher than his lapshus bekelim. It's higher than Geder is lapshus bekelim.
Definition or definition? The definition of, or the parameters of, or the realm of.
We're getting closer.
Scope.
I don't know the word myself. As you're thinking, I'm thinking. Geder, the word that comes to mind is construct. Higher than the whole notion of his lapshus bekelim. Higher than the whole discussion. A word is completely something else, but the whole Geder means realm. Someone said the word realm. That's a good word, maps here. Higher than the realm of having it of his lapshus bekelim. In other words, the term bligvul doesn't do justice, because bligvul is begeder gvul. It's higher than gvul, but begeder gvul, beged a relationship. All of these terms, higher than having a relationship directly or indirectly with the whole notion of Islam shas bekelim. It's not the general term is category, the whole realm, the whole world, the whole universe. All of these words give us the idea, right? Okay, that's the key. That's why we add the word Megeder is lapshus, not just higher than Mistabash and Kelim and actually being invested in Gvul, but higher than the whole notion of Gvul. So Bli Gvul is not its description. So this is B'chol, it's continuing. So through this is born is another course higher than invested in Kelim. And high even than the gather is lapshus. So this is the third level, the second level for our purposes here. Because one category. So this is B'chol Ma'itcha. Now the Rabbi says, the truth is, this cannot be apprehended intellectually. So where's this coming from? What does hakara mean? This is something that stems from the essence of the neshama. And he calls it a hakara. How would you translate that? Recognition, yeah? Acknowledgement. It's a vague term and intended to be vague because it's the etzem and neshama's just intuitive connection and recognition, not framed in any way in language, in his boneness, in really intellectual terms. He continues, since we're talking about a darge that's higher even than the Geder is lapshus bekelim, the whole notion of kelim. Or a low level at the very least, the mighty is lapshus bekelim. But pearl, it's infinite, an infinite revelation beyond investment in actual kelim, beyond description. The lower level of the neshama described earlier, which is the seichel and is the level of the neshama that's invested in the guf, consciousness. Consciousness cannot connect to this etzem level of alikus. Must come from the core of the neshama. Shemislabeshes b'medidas ha'agbolas ha'guf. It's not shaykh that from this level of the neshama derega, this is the level of Yaakov, right? You spoke about earlier, Yaakov and Yisrael. This is all a parallel to what? You just tell me. This is all going back to explaining what Hadasah and Esther. As we explained at the beginning of the shir this morning, giving the whole context of it all, the basic grid upon which all of this is placed. So it's not shy from the regal shebeneshama ki mitzad harosh shebeneshama. It's only the head or the essence of the neshama. B'chinas haponim shebeneshama shalamaydim yislabshus beguf. That's higher than in being vested in the guf, and that's not enough either. But l'mayla filu migeder yislabshus beguf seems to be saying that chaya and yechida are not mislabish, but the begeder yislabshus, and this is coming from the etzem and neshama, which is higher than Geder Islapshus. He's going to address this hakara, this term. We're following, friends. We're all on the same page. Yeah, guys on Zoom. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Together.
Hagdoro.
Huh?
Yes, we're here.
Yeah.
We're with
Okay.
you.
All right. Baruch Hashem. So
And we missed you.
Pardon?
And we missed you.
Yeah, I missed you too. So v'inyin zeh nikra b'shem hakara. It's connecting to the etzem of Likus that's beyond Bligvul. So that's not understanding that. That's called hakara. This intuitive connection. Is explained elsewhere. Where's the elsewhere? Eter, okay. B'inyin, in explaining about Avram Avinu and his various stages in acknowledging, recognizing Hashem. Ben Gimel Shonim Hiker Avram as Boire. At 3 years old, he recognized his creator. Now, there's, interestingly enough, there's different midrashim. 3, you know the ages? 3, 20, I think 20, and 48. 48 now. In Pashtus, what it means is that as he progressed in his life, his understanding became obviously more sophisticated. In the end, he wrote, the Medrash says Avram wrote 700 tracts proving the existence of God. Can you imagine? That would be so fascinating to read. What he's implying here is, and if not, l'chor, it's true. On the one hand, it got more sophisticated as he got older. The Avona Vasoga, the Mamalakal Almin, and so on. Creator. But at 3 years old, in a way, that was the deepest connection. And since we're talking, it's like 3 stages. These are the 3 stages. The Etzem, Sevev, and Mamala. Could be. Could be. That's the 3 stages in his life. But the child, when a child says, Eibishter, and you don't explain, and the moment you start explaining it, you ruin it anyway. You know, it's just an amazing thing. You don't have to teach. If you think about it objectively, it's the one subject you shouldn't even talk about till the kid turns 15. God. It's the one subject, how could you possibly do? And yet, talked from the earliest age, Hashem, Eibishter. Where's this? What's the child hearing with? This hiker is boire. Smamsh atzmos. Why do people believe in God? Because he's there. And the younger we are, the less complicated we are. The closer to the womb and Gan Eden, the more easily and intuitively we connect. Only that when the mind starts to develop this spider web of complicated connections and filters, then the questions begin. So Binyin ben Gimel Shonim Hikir Avram es boy the Hikir daike the Lashon Chazal is Hikir. What does this mean? Shezoy hakora the etzem anasham ba'atzma shalamayim. This is the essence of the neshama, acknowledging the essence of Elikus. Ubo mibchinas das hanelam shebenefesh. This comes from the level of das, but not just level of das hanelam shebenefesh. Maybe somebody wants to venture an explanation why of all things das. Not chachma, not chesed, why das? What is das?
Das is what B'davke turns into fire. It's what turns into action.
Before you tell me what it turns into, tell me what it is. That he's talking about what it is now. He's not talking about action yet.
That's what it is. It's the vehicle to what's it? What takes as blindness and turns it into something practical.
We're not talking about the practical yet. We haven't gotten there yet.
Make it relevant to me.
Das is bonding. Hakara, das is connecting. Das is really connecting to the subject. Here the subject is Atzma Shulamayla. He's saying that the Hakara, the Etzem HaNeshama, to the essence of Elikus, it comes from Das HaNelem, this deeply essential Das, which is connection, which really is, I knew this before I even have to know this. Das HaNelem is connected even before the process of intellect and is entertaining. Now, it comes from Das HaNelem Shebenefesh. How in heaven's name we're going to connect to this essential level of the neshama? This is the nitzutz boira that's invested in the nitzutz nivra. So the Rebbe tells us it's a matana, but it doesn't come in a vacuum. After the person has gone through his conscious relationship with Hashem, his bonus in creation, in seeing godliness, in the fulfillment of Yiddishkeit, and then the Mesiras Nefesh, and he's engaged in this to the degree that he's able to completely, each one on their level, obviously. Isn't this amazing? This is given as a gift. This the Eibush unlocks for us the Das HaNelem of the Nefesh. This is the connection of the essence of the neshama and the essence of Elikus. So what's the biggest gift? To be a child again. And to be a child again with, not become childish, but together with one's sophisticated, as it were, intellectual appreciation of Yiddishkeit, together with that is the simplest childish, beyond articulation connection. That's the ultimate gift. That's Tamimus. It's about Shem Tov taught, Halavai, right? The tzaddik, that's the struggle of the tzaddik, is to have this pshitus of the simple Jew, the quote-unquote childish Jew. Yeah. Of all of the terms, the Rebbe Rashab could have chosen, the whole Chiddush of Timchet Mimim is to produce intellectuals. Chabad and the Rebbe Rashab, the first, as we all know, the Rambam Chassidus, as the Chassidim called him, Mushteba quoted. So he didn't call it some fancy intellectual name. Timimim. Timchet Mimim. Yeah, so we're clear. Let's go a little bit further. Though, one second, maybe we'll stop here. I don't know. Maybe even have it. We'll tell the story now. We'll continue Zayin tomorrow because this is Kedai. Because it's connected.